here to honor the people that no longer have the voice to honor themselves due to suicide. So the ones that are surviving, we're going to be the voice for them. So that's why we're all here. To bring awareness, to let people know that there's a community out there that's suffering with them, that they're not alone. There's a lot of times going through this when you lose somebody to suicide, especially a child, you feel like you're on an island all by yourself. Nobody's there. Your spouse is on the other side and you have no idea how to get over there to them. So this is just one of those events to where people know that there's more people suffering and hurting, and it's a community and nobody has to do it alone. It's important to us because we lost our daughter to suicide almost 3 years ago now, and we didn't know she was struggling. Looking back at it now, you can see some of the signs, but it's still that denial of being the parent and not seeing it at the time and kicking yourself in the teeth for not seeing it. And that's probably one of the hardest things, of ones that don't reach out and then they die by suicide, and seeing some of the signs and just brushing it off as, oh, it's just preteen, it's just them coming into their 20s, it's their menstrual cycle, it's, you know, there's all these excuses, but instead of just thinking it's those things, actually sitting down and having an honest conversation with that person and making sure that they're okay, because most of the time the strongest people are the ones that are suffering the most and nobody reaches out to them.
A lot of times you think people that are struggling with depression or anxiety, like, you recognize it, you know, they're that one that sits off by themselves, they're the kid that, you know, eats alone. It's not always that. Emily was full of life and joy and laughter. She walked into the room and everyone wanted to know her. So it's everybody. Nobody's immune to it. And I think that's part of what our story here is that you're not always going to see signs, and usually the ones that are struggling the most don't even show the signs.
Be a voice for others. Don't judge, and just sit with people. You can't tell people, hey, reach out to me when you need something, because when people are struggling, they're not going to reach out. You need to be the one that goes to them.
I am here today. We are representing my brother-in-law who took his own life last year on October 27th. He was an Army veteran, and so we have our shirts that are representing the 22 veterans and active military members who commit suicide daily. The Army has the highest rate of suicide out of all of the branches of the military, with 52%. In today's world, it's more prominent. It's more talked about, but I think it's misunderstood, especially among our veterans. I think that it's not addressed enough when we talk about suicide. I don't think anyone understands the struggles that they face. They get taken from their families at a young age and they go fight for our freedom, people they don't even know, and then they're expected to come back to civilization and lead a normal life. And a lot of times it's a struggle for a lot of them.
Even though you're struggling, it doesn't mean you're the only one struggling. A lot of times when people are struggling, they feel like they're by themselves and nobody will understand it. But there's people that will understand it. Everybody's gone through it. There's not one person on this earth that has a single story. There's similarities in all the stories and people that can be helpful that you can reach out to. There's resources. You just have to be open-minded and just reach out. I mean, that's taking the first step, is just taking that step towards reaching out is the hardest step for a lot of people. But knowing that there's other people out there struggling with you is a little bit of comfort in that.
That community and that human interaction also helps too. Just knowing that you can go to someone and talk to them and know that you can be open and honest about the things that you are struggling with. Having someone sit down with you, holding your hand face to face, talking, praying, that's a huge help as well.